so I've only got a single day left in Kazakhstan. The girl whose diary I found still remains a stranger to me. In her diary, there's an entry about this Abay Avenue. The last hope I have is to meet her there. My new friends and I agreed to meet at the Abay Monument, to which this avenue leads. Tim and Zach wanted to show me another significant city attraction today, Torbay. I've got some spare time, so I want to ride down this legendary avenue. I've decided to use public transportation. I've already been on the subway, so maybe today I'll try a bus ride.
Excuse me, yeah, do you speak English?
Yes, I speak so a little bit.
Okay, I'm just wondering, how do I get to Abay Street from here?
By street, сізге қай қиылысы керек?
Қиылыс, what is it, қиылыс?
Қиылыс, бұрышы.
Intersection. No, I don't know the intersection, but there's a big statue, Abay statue. Big statue.
Абай ескерткіш керек пе сізге?
Yeah.
Онда ендеше сізге Ленин даңғылы, бірақ қазір ол Достық деп аталады.
Достық Street. Okay, do you know which number bus?
99-шы автобус, 99.
99. Oh, 99.
Достық аялдамасынан түсесіз.
Достық Station. Okay.
Айтпақшы, мен де сол жаққа бара жатырмын. Come with me, I show you.
Oh, рахмет.
Frankly, I didn't understand what kind of intersection of these streets you need to know to get to the address, and what corner means.
Also in Almaty, you have to be careful when you're looking for an address because almost all of the streets, they have two names, an old name and a new name. Some elderly people, they might call the street with the old name and you would be wondering, where is this?
You know, there's a younger generation would know the new name, but it wouldn't know the old name. And then the older people would know the old name of the street, but not the new name of the street. So sometimes somebody would tell me the old name of the street and I wouldn't know where it is, even though I perfectly know the new name of the same street.
What is it?
Бұл оңай картасы. Осы оңай картасы арқылы сіз автобуста, троллейбуста, трамвай, метрода жүре аласыз.
Trolleybus, tram, and metro.
Yes. Бірақ бұл автобуста сатылмайды, автобус ішінде. Арнайы орындардан ғана ала аласыз. Yes.
Looks like I got it now. I must say that everything is done for the convenience of transportation in this city. Comfortable buses and an excellent metro. Public transport fares range from about 20 cents to 30 or 40 cents. By the way, the locals usually use a rechargeable card called Onai. So if you replenish it by guesswork, or like the locals say, by eye, then you can save some money, and one trip will cost you only 20 cents. In America, public transport is also developed, and it is supplemented by commuter trains and buses. But in America, the cities are so big, and it makes it difficult when moving around the metropolis. I'm used to moving around in my car. That's more comfortable for me. But here in Almaty, there is a very convenient transportation network. You can easily reach the downtown area from every place in the city. The city is divided by squares. It's interesting and convenient to navigate for tourists. It's very easy to travel around here. The city is square-shaped. It's flawless, terrific. Who built this city? Take a like from me. Now I understand why Almaty residents call the street intersections corners. All streets in Almaty are straight. So in our city, there are different streets, and we have straight streets and branched ones, narrow ones and wide ones. As for the street names, in America, all houses and streets are numbered. Fortunately, everyone has a navigator, so no matter what number they're using, finding the destination won't be difficult. Here in Almaty, some streets have a double name, and they are named after historical figures. Apparently, it wasn't by chance that they assigned the names to these streets. People should not forget their heroes, so they were prudently immortalized on the names of the city avenues.
Yeah, what I found when I was, traveling and working across all ex-Soviet space is people here like to call streets by the names of famous people, politicians or writers. And for example, in Almaty, it's not an exception. You get a lot of like Kazakh, Russian, like Soviet leaders, writers, poets.
For example, the street which is called Dostlik at the moment, it used to be called before Lenina. So some people still call it Lenina 36, some people call it Dostlik 36. That's where I live.
Келесі аялдама сіздікі.
Next stop. Yeah, next stop is ours. Okay.
Қазір түскен бойда театрға бір әдемі ғимарат көресіз. Оның алдында абай ескерткіші.
Okay, and this is my stop. This is my stop.
Аялдамаңыз.
Ah, this is the Abay statue.
Сіздің аялдамаңыз.
Oh, okay. Рахмет. Аялдама. Аялдама. Аялдама.
What do I know about famous Kazakh historical figures? So far, not much, I have to admit. Thanks to the diary of this stranger, I became interested in the personality of Abay Kononbayev. He was a great man, an educator, a poet, and a composer. Every Kazakhstani knows his works. Many objects in Kazakhstan are named after him: avenues, libraries, and theaters. And very soon, I will see the square and the monument to Abay. Let's go.
There's a beautiful statue of, is it Jean Dosov, who's over here on Lenina? And there's a statue of Abay down there. Well, certainly, I'm familiar with the basic culture of Kazakhstan. I know who Abay was. I know who Al-Farabi was. I can't say I've studied the poetry and the music, but I know who they were.
Yeah, Abay. He's a great guy. And in fact, when I was at the university, they gave me some translation work to do. And it was all Abay's poems and all the stuff. And he wrote beautiful poems and very touching. And yeah, I respect this person.
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, alaikum salam.
How are you?
Nice. Сен қалайсың?
Oh, жақсы, рахмет. Yeah, how are you?
Бәрі жақсы.
Good, but it's raining, the weather. I forgot my umbrella.
Қол шатыр керек па?
What is it in Kazakh?
Қол шатыр.
Kol shatir. What is it? Kol,
It's a hand.
Hand and shatir? Like a roof, yeah?
Like a roof.
Ah, good. Okay. I almost got lost coming here.
Why?
I don't know, I got on the bus and she was telling me about the streets, but I didn't understand. Some people say Lenina Street, some people say Dostik. I don't understand it. What is it?
Oh, because, before the independence, everything had other names. For example, the Palace of Republic called Lenin Palace. And
this one, yeah?
Lenin
Palace.
Street changed its name to Dostik.
Dostik Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And what about Abay Street? Did it have another name? Abay Street?
Abay Street.
Was there another name for Abay?
Арық көшесі болған ғой. Oh, Abay Street used to be Ark Street, Canal Street.
Oh, Canal Street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Canal
we have one of
Street,
those in
yeah.
America too.
Uh-huh.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, so let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Wonderful.
In 1970, to celebrate 100 years of Vladimir Lenin, it was decided to radically change the appearance of the avenue in Almaty, named after the leader of the revolution. It was completely reconstructed, from the Komsomolskaya Street to Abay Avenue. 8 and 12-story residential buildings that are still adorning the part of this city were then built. One of the city's showcases was the Three Bogatyrs residential complex, with the large Iskra cinema theater. And in the square in front of this architectural complex, a memorial to the Kazakh Akın, Jambul Jabayev, was erected. Since that time, they built a large shopping center called Kazakhstan, a very popular gift shop at one time. Urban planners then decided that the final look of this district would be completed by a multi-story building called the Kazakhstan Hotel. Almost all buildings on this street went under demolition. The house, built at the beginning of the century by architect Zenkov, miraculously escaped demolition. Now there is a museum of folk musical instruments named after Ikolas. The building was built of wood in the old Russian style, although priority was given to the structures made of glass, concrete, and aluminum. And here is the very place where my friends invited me to take a ride on this unique cable car that leads to the Kaktobe Park. The cable connects the city center of Almaty from the station on Dostik Avenue and the Mount Kaktobe. The length of the cable car line is 1,620 meters. The speed is about 6 meters per second.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
After you, Tim.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's go, let's go. Oh, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I live is actually under the gondola, so when I look up to the sky from where I live, I see the gondola passing every day. First time I have been there, it was maybe 13, 14 years ago when I came. I don't know if it is still the same, but it is very old.
This unique cable car that connects you to the Kaktobe Park was built in the 70s of the last century. At that time, only 2 cars with a capacity of about 20 people went up and down for those who wanted to visit the mountain or go back to the city. There was a red one and a blue one.
Don't be afraid. It's not like a roller coaster.
Yeah, we're really high.
I'm scared too.
Are you scared?
Yeah, I'm scared too.
We're very high. Wow, you can see the whole city from here.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Are you scared, Zach? Really?
He's not scared, yeah.
Not scared? Yeah, me too. I'm not scared. It's beautiful. This is so beautiful. So this is the Green Hill, yeah? Green Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Green Hills.
Green Hills, Kaktobe, yeah?
Kaktobe.
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 Oh, okay.
The life of the city from above is an indescribably exciting sight. From here, you can see the snow-capped peaks of the Trans-Ili Alatau ridges and the dense green gardens, parks and squares, picturesque houses, and beyond them, the endless high-rises of the city. At an altitude of about 80 meters above the ground, there is a realm of clean air, beautiful landscapes, and feelings of excitement.
What road is this?
It's the East Road.
East Road, yeah? Oh, okay, it goes to the east, yeah? Wow. Very good. What is it, Kulzajulu?
East Road.
Ah, East Road.
Oh, Nick, look. It's Kaktobe television tower.
Ah, that's a television tower.
Yeah, that's a television
It's
tower.
so big, yeah?
The castle where we were yesterday, it was the highest building in Almaty till 1977.
Oh, wow. It's so tall, yeah? Is it possible to go up to the top?
Yeah, of course.
Wow, great. Great.
It is a very nice spot to see the city. It's a very nice area to have a little walk, to have a nice food. If you are really, how do you say, looking for some adrenaline, they have a very nice track with where the rail is there, and you go with the car really fast. It is really scary. I never did it.
Там очень, можно сказать.
It's a nice place for tourists and foreign visitors.
Yes, I was in Kaktobe a few times. Pretty cool spot. There's this little zoo there. You can check out some animals. It's like a blast from the past because it takes me back to my Soviet past when I was a little kid. A lot of rides and attractions in that place are still the Soviet era. So it's pretty cool to sort of like find yourself as a kid again.
Upside down house. Wow, look at that. It's a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
How do you say this in Kazakh?
Карусель.
Carousel, yeah?
Қара, үлкен алма.
Ah, yeah, it's a big apple.
It's a symbol of Almaty.
Really?
Yeah.
New York too. You know, New York we call it the Big Apple.
Yeah, it's Almaty called as Apple Town.
Ah,
You can throw coins.
yeah, throw a coin. Did you have any coins?
Fountain.
Do you have any coins? Let me see. I have. I think I have. Yeah, let's throw. For our friendship.
Yeah,
let's go. Okay. Let's go. Let's take some pictures. It's beautiful.
In 2006, the city opened the attraction center of the park Bay. Now this place has become an area for rest for most of the city. Here there are children's rides and attractions, popular areas to walk, squares, cafes and restaurants, even a zoo park. There is also one very special sculpture, the wishing apple, as well as a sculpture of the legendary group, the Beatles.
Если честно, что касается памятника, Beatles, я это не...
To be honest, I didn't exactly get it. Why are the Beatles there?
Ни Абая, ни
Not Abai,
Al-Farabi.
not Al-Farabi. Why the Beatles?
Я, тема можно устроить.
But it's a great place to take photos.
Beatles в Казахстане, это, ну, хорошо, да.
I don't know what the relevance is, to be honest, between Koktubey and Beatles. Maybe there is something that I'm not aware of. Maybe Beatles were here on a secret tour one day. I don't know. But it's there, so if you're here in Almaty, jump up and check it out.
What is it? That's Kazan. This is not just... No, this is the Beatles. It's, look, Beatles. It's the Beatles. You know, they're really popular in the US and Europe.
You know? The Beatles. We know all the Beatles.
No, this is definitely the Beatles. Come on, listen to the music. You guys, eh? Take my picture.
Love me do. Oh yeah, I love you, yeah. The sculpture was created by a group of enthusiasts right on the mountain. And so far, this is the only monument to the Liverpool Four in the CIS region. Almaty is the cultural capital of Kazakhstan, and its residents know and respect the art of the world.
Look at this beautiful view, yeah?
Yeah.
Keremet.
No, that's Hotel Kazakhstan.
Ah, Hotel Kazakhstan. Yeah, I know that hotel. Wow.
It's a near Palace of Republic.
Great. It looks like it has a crown, yeah? That's really interesting. It's an old building, yeah?
Very old.
Ah. Great.
It was built in the US.
Wow. Great.
Indeed, it offers a beautiful view. The whole city at a glance. And this high-rise building with a crown, the Hotel Kazakhstan, is one of the symbols of the city of Almaty.
Yeah, you'll see it like from any high spot in Almaty. You go up in the mountains, you see that hotel going up with the crown on top. That's pretty, earthquake resistant.
Hotel Kazakhstan has become one of the tallest buildings in the city of Almaty. The previous record belonged to the Ascension Cathedral. Its height is about 50 meters. Hotel Kazakhstan is 102 meters and 26 floors high. For the construction of this building, many different factors had to be considered, and the most important and complex one of them was the seismic activity of the region. The whole of Almaty is basically a big river. If you start digging, you'll see that it's made of stones and soil. It liquidates during an earthquake, and you definitely need to build your property professionally. When you're going to construct a high-rise here, it's very important to build it properly. To implement this feat, the work of foreign colleagues, mainly Japanese architects, was investigated. The specialists studied at the experience of American colleagues as well. After the construction of the hotel was completed, seismic stability tests were carried out, and the building withstood almost 10 points load on the Richter scale. All large facilities have been tested. The building was then rocked almost 10 points. Upstairs, the hotel's lateral swings were up to 20 centimeters, but the building resisted and didn't even crack. Until now, the Hotel Kazakhstan is known as a symbol of the city of Almaty. Its image flaunts on commemorative postcards and souvenirs for tourists. The image of the hotel was also placed on a banknote with a nominal value of 5,000 Kazakh tenge. The skyscraper, with a golden crown resembling a wheat spike, has become a historical and architectural monument of the city. And this is another high-rise building, the history of which is also extremely interesting. This is the Koktobay TV Tower, which is located at an altitude of 1,452 meters above sea level. The Koktobay television tower was built in 1977, and it was the first building in the Soviet Union erected in the mountains.
There's a TV tower that's on Koktobay. It's one of the highest structures, and I think it's even higher in Tashkent, I was told. Don't quote me.
The new TV tower made the city even more beautiful. The tower was visible from anywhere in the city. But in order to build it, many difficulties had to be overcome. The main problem of the construction was the seismic activity of the city, the loose soil and groundwater. Initially, the main task of designing an object is the transmission of radio and television signals. However, the construction project of the tower was not approved for a long time. Everyone clearly understood that during the construction, the building would shrink, especially on such ground. Groundwater and heavy rainfall was dangerous for the foundations. They could wash the base of the tower away, and it was threatened with serious consequences for the structure. The tower could just slide down, and yet the project had been approved. Its construction began with leveling and ramming of the site for construction. During the construction of the tower, special drainage systems were designed that reduced the weight of the structure itself. To avoid shrinkage of the building, the drainage system was reconstructed, and the foundation was further strengthened. Now the television tower on Koktobay is another subject of pride for Almaty residents. It's impossible to imagine the city without it. At an altitude of 176 meters, the observation deck is equipped, a place where all tourists and guests of Almaty want to get to. The Ferris wheel was also installed nearby. The Kazakhstan Hotel and the Koktobay television tower are two amazing buildings of the city. Two symbols, and two of the most reliable buildings that have stood the test of time.
Can you see the mosque?
Ah, look at that. Yeah, I can see the beautiful mosque, yeah? Wow.
There's a Jibek street too.
Now I understand, this is the mountains, yeah? Up here is the mountains.
If the buildings are near, closer to mountains, it's uptown.
Uptown, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's downtown?
Downtown.
Ah, so my hotel is downtown.
Yeah.
And is that?
Жоғары жақ, this uptown.
Nice. Wow, beautiful. Almaty is such a beautiful city. My favorite city.
Almaty suyuktu qalam.
Almaty suyuktu qalam.
Not far from Koktobay, there flows a mountain river called Small Almaty. It starts at the Tuyuksu Glacier at an altitude of 3,200 meters above sea level and flows into the Kopchagai Reservoir. In the city center, the river is enclosed in an underground pipe, Near the small Almaty River, there is a path called Terinkur, a health path built in 1974. Currently, the length of this route is 4.5 kilometers, with a rather large difference in altitude, from 876 meters to 1,058 meters above sea level. Many Almaty residents know this and have their morning jogs and evening walks here. A mosque for 2,000 visitors was built on the slope of Kaktobe. It holds kiswa fabric that is covering the walls of the Kaaba, the main shrine of Islam, which is the heart of the most visited mosque in Mecca. The most sonorous and beautiful street name in the Kaktobe area is Jibek Street. The silk-made street, this Kazakh beauty, is the heroine of the national folklore about the romantic but tragic love story. My new friends told me about this beautiful love story, and its plot reminded me of the great Shakespearean story of Romeo and Juliet. The same love of those young hearts with no barriers or compromises. The same feuds of two families that stood in the way of their destinies, crossing their stars. Here is such an amazing and vibrant story that the city has. The city is decked out with wonderful green parks, cultural and architectural monuments, square avenues and quiet streets. Walking through them, you can feel and see the beauty of these places that have a glorious past and a beautiful present. You can compare Almaty with any other city. It's gorgeous. It has its own nice atmosphere. I adore the nature of Almaty. I can't compare it with any other place. There are similar ones, but Almaty is completely unique.
In Kazakhstan, if you come, you will never get bored because you always have something to see, something to do, and it's a beautiful place, and you can have extreme, you can have relaxation. So altogether, it's in this country.
Wow, what a great day. I agree. Kidding me.
Nick. Sana ben anlatma.
Sorry, what did he say?
Do you like this travel or journey?
Today was amazing, yeah. Thank you so much.
Kelesi olma Kazakh dilini öğren.
Kazakh language, yeah, I promise. I promise. And do you promise to speak English?
Yeah, öğreneyim Ağustos dilini.
Okay. So next time we meet, I'll speak Kazakh and you speak English.
Ağustos dilini öğrenin.
Great.
See you later.
Sağ bol.
Oh, nice. Double.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.
Learning more and more about Kazakhstan, and in particular about the city of Almaty, I felt very fortunate because these kind and sympathetic and very cheerful people live here. Yes, they have a lot in their own way, but it should be so. I'm grateful to this city for the warm atmosphere, for its people, and the wonderful time spent here. Well, I returned back to America, but desire filled my soul with a trembling expectation that by some miracle I could return here and be sure to find my stranger. Wait for me, my Juliet, Julia, Jenny, Jamilia.
Сізге қай қиылысы керек? Бұрышы.
Ayıldama. Almaty, söktü kalam. Keremet.
God bless this country, God bless Kazakhstan, and ciao. Thank you very much.